Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. If you're new to our channel, welcome. Here at Mad About Skin, we're passionate about helping you to get the most out of your skincare. So if you haven't already, now's a fantastic time to click that link below, subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell, and you won't miss out on any of our amazing future content. Now, in today's video, I am super excited because I get to talk about something that you guys have been asking me to cover on this channel since I started back in January or February, and that is microneedling. This kind of pulls together and is the culmination in our acne and acne scars series. I've done some videos on products you might want to incorporate in your skincare routine to tackle acne and acne scarring and hyperpigmentation that you might have. I actually did a recent video where I talked about my 3 favorite ingredients to tackle acne scarring and post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. I'm going to link that up there in case you want to check that out. But in that video I said once you've done that, you've got your routine snatched and down, you might want to incorporate some devices and particularly microneedling into your routine to really just get to the bottom of that pitted acne scarring that could be so hard to eradicate. Microneedling works by creating micro traumas in the skin, which the body then reacts to by flushing the area with blood and creating extra collagen to build up again those and repair those traumas. So if you use it correctly, it can result in increased levels of collagen in the skin, which we've talked about on this channel before, how amazing collagen is for the skin and just in life in general. It makes up 70% of the cell structure of your skin cells, and so it's really vital to skin health. So what gives us that like snapback, that firmness and elasticity in our skin. It's also what helps to eradicate acne scarring, because by supporting the skin's cellular structure with collagen, it means those acne scars will just become more shallow and less noticeable, which is fantastic. You could use serums to enhance the level of collagen in your skin, but microneedling is a really fantastic and scientifically proven way of increasing the levels of collagen in the skin. I was a little bit skeptical at first, maybe a few years ago when I first started looking into microneedling, but I looked at some of the studies, and my absolute favourite study, if you want to know a little bit more in terms of the background and how it can work and the results that you can expect, actually came from the Journal of Plastic, Reconstructive and Aesthetic Surgery. I'll leave a link to it down below, where they did a really robust study into the effects of before and after the collagen levels in the skin before and after a series of microneedling, and they looked at the pros and cons, and it's just a really great study, so I will link that below. The reason I haven't covered it on the channel before, even though I'm a huge fan, is it's really difficult to do right at home. Microneedling in a dermatologist or esthetician's office, fantastic, proven results, really great. However, at home, there's so many shady and bad devices that you can use, and actually you can risk doing more harm to your skin than good, which is just not something I ever wanted to promote on the channel. That is until a company called Banish reached out to me, and we started a conversation and we got chatting about their product. They said, could we just send you some product to try, to have a go with our microneedling device and, you know, really just test it and work out whether it's something that works for you. I said, you know what, I'm always open to trying new things. Well, I fell in love with the device. I fell in love with quite a few of their products as well, and they've really kindly offered to sponsor this video. So thank you very much to Banish for sponsoring this video. It's quite exciting, and I just think it's really nice that it's a fantastic device and a fantastic set of products that I can, you know, share with you today, but also talk through how to get the most out of microneedling at home. What first drew me to Banish as a company was, well, first of all, their high production values. Their all their manufacturing is done in California in the US, which I think is fantastic because they've got some really high production quality standards in the US, so that gives you a little bit of confidence that you're buying a quality product. I also loved the fact that their founder Daisy did a beautiful video that I saw. Actually, I'll link it below as well in case you want to check it out on their channel, and I watched it, and she was sharing her experiences with acne and acne scarring that she suffered with from, you know, really early teens, and it really resonated with me. Somebody who has suffered with acne and still does suffer with breakouts and acne, and has suffered with acne scarring as a result of that. What she was saying really resonated with me about how damaging it can be for your self-confidence. You know, people always say it's only skin, and I hate that when people say that it's only skin, like it's trivial. It's the first thing people see when they look at you, and so if you're not feeling confident and fantastic about your skin, it really knocks your self-confidence, and, you know, it can make you actually revert back into yourself and become less of an extrovert because you're embarrassed about what your skin looks like. Now, I don't think anybody should ever be embarrassed or ashamed of what their skin looks like. You know, healthy skin is healthy skin, and that's the main thing. However, if there's things we can do to improve that, why not? Why don't we explore them? And this is hopefully what this video will do for anyone out there who is suffering with acne scars and wants to be able to tackle them at home. I also loved the fact that you don't just get a microneedling device with Banish, they also have the serums and the creams to complement it and go with it, and they don't force them on you. If you go onto their website, you know, they talk about how amazing their tool is, and we'll come onto that in a little bit, but also that you can use your favorite cleanser if you want. You don't have to use their cleanser. You can use their favorite cleanser, your favorite cleanser alongside this device, and I think that's really good. You know, as consumers, we love choice. We like to shop around. We like to, you know, pick and mix from our products, and so I really like that in the brand. What really impressed me about Banish, and why I decided that they were the right company for me to look into at-home microneedling, is that their microneedling device comes in the form of a pen. That might seem a little bit trivial, however, most of these devices come in the form of a roller ball. If you're stamping, using this as a pen stamp on the skin, you can be assured that the needles are going direct into the skin at the right angle. If you're using a rollerball device and you're rolling it across the skin, as those needles are removed from the skin, they turn slightly, and so what that can do is actually give you a micro trauma which is off center and could create track-like scarring, which just isn't great. It's not the worst thing for the skin ever, but it's not great, and I don't think it's the way that professionally you should be doing a microneedling. So I went for this because it is in the stamp form, so you know when you stamp this product down that the needles are doing the incision at the right angle and that they're retracting from the skin at the right angle as well, which is really important. So enough waffle, let's get straight into it. What we're here for, which is going to be a demo, and also I'm going to talk a little bit later about my experiences and what I actually found, because I've been using this product now for 3 weeks. So I'm going to talk about what benefits I've got from it and what my overall opinions are. So it comes as a pen like this. You can see if you hold it like this, the tiny needles, which are absolutely tiny. You know, we're not talking about great big syringes here. They need to be small because you're creating those micro traumas, not anything too deep. So you can see in there, their needles are gold plated, which again I really like because that just reinforces them to make sure that none of the needles bend, because what you want is that clean incision. You don't want any of them to be off at the wrong angle, so I think that's fantastic. And I love the fact that it's in that little protective cap as well to again make sure that you're not damaging any of the needles. Before you use this, I always recommend the first thing you need to do is wash your hands, because you're going to be applying product afterwards, and because you're creating those micro traumas, your skin is going to be slightly more prone to bacteria. So just, you know, let's eliminate bacteria from our lives for this particular treatment. Wash your hands thoroughly. You want to do this on a cleansed face. Choose your absolute favorite cleanser. You know what mine is. I went in before I did this with the Oat Cleansing Balm by the Incalist, but then I also use the Banish Do a cleanser, which actually is in my bathroom, but they do a cleanser which gives this really nice fresh tingle, which I absolutely loved, and I finished off with that to make sure that every trace of my first cleanser was removed. Once you've got your skin gorgeous, clean and ready to go, you can then sterilize the top of this. I just dip it in a little bit of rubbing alcohol just to make sure that you've killed any bacteria from the last time you used the product, and you're ready to go. How it works, and this is what's really important, is, and I have washed my hands so I can do this, is the product is cushioned. What you don't want to do is just be slamming those needles straight into the skin, because that's going to create excess trauma. The fact that the product, you might not be able to see that, does depress a little bit when you're doing it is crucial. That cushioning means that it limits the amount of damage you could do if you were to use the product incorrectly. However, you follow my instructions and you will be good to go. So you've got clean skin, you've cleaned your product, and what you need to do is apply it to the area that you want to treat. I don't do it, you know, some people like to do it all over the face, which is absolutely fine. You can also use it on other areas of the body just as a side. I would definitely avoid anything around the eye contour, the eyelid, anywhere where you have an active breakout as well. You don't want to be causing trauma where you have an active zit that's trying to heal, so nowhere where you have active breakouts. So pick the area. I have my scarring here on the side of my cheek. That's from old breakouts. It comes as hyperpigmentation and small indents. My scarring is by no means like depressed ice pick scarring, but it's definitely, there are unevennesses in the skin tone, and there is a little bit of depressions there, which is what I'm trying to treat. So what you need to do is get your product and you press it onto the area. Only lightly, you don't need a huge amount of pressure here. You then remove it, turn it 90 degrees, press again on the same area, turn it again 90 degrees, press again, turn it again, and then you want to press it for a 4th time. Now, Banish did say you can use this up to 5 times in the same area. I would, the first time you use it, I found I just used it twice, pressed twice, and then I built up from there, because like with a lot of products, I think it's better to go in slowly and work your way up before you go in like full strength. So now I've used it 3 times, I'm doing 4 rotations on that area. you will feel a slight tingling. It's certainly not painful when it goes in. It's not painful at all. You are definitely aware that something's happening, but it's not too painful. You get a gentle tingle, and then I say take your time. This isn't a treatment that you want to rush. Make sure, pat yourself care, get yourself set, get yourself, a nice cup of tea, you chill, you've got 30 minutes to do this properly. So put your pressure and apply it between 4 or 5 times is the maximum I would do, but again, I'd start lower on your first application. Leave it about a minute afterwards. My tingling's starting to happen now. I'm definitely feeling that something's happened to that area of the skin, but again, it's not painful. I won't do my whole face because I actually did it last night because I wanted to get a third trial in so I can really share my thoughts and feelings on the product. So I'll do it on that one area, but you can cover any areas where you have the scarring or the hyperpigmentation. Always, always, always do this at night. I like to say that with all of these sort of invasive treatments, do it at night. A, because your body can recover. Sleep is the time when your body and your cells recover, so allow that to happen overnight. But also, you don't want to be slathering, makeup or anything heavy on your skin after you've done this treatment. So give yourself 8 hours between application before applying any foundation, primers or makeup. So you sleep it off, and then in the morning, you won't have any of the redness or the irritation, and you can get on with your day and put your full face of makeup on or whatever you want to do with your skin. As you can see, you get a small amount of redness, but it's in no way is it irritated or too noticeable. And then you move on to your favorite serums. We've talked about how microneedling really helps with producing collagen and triggering collagen production in the skin, which is bang on and what we want in our lives. But one thing I think it doesn't get enough credit for is because it's creating those microtraumas and flushing blood to the area, it just makes any serums that you put on after this work that little bit better and that little bit harder. So now is a great time to put any brightening serums that you want to put on, any of the serums that you're using to tackle the hyperpigmentation and the acne scarring, put on now. I would avoid any harsh actives. You have created a trauma in the area, so I wouldn't be doing any exfoliating work, none of the really harsh actives, but something like a vitamin C is fantastic. As part of the Banish line, they do a vitamin C cream. I love this because it's a vitamin C derivative. We've talked on this channel before about L-ascorbic acid, pure form vitamin C versus derivatives. I'm a huge fan of derivatives, and I'm moving in that direction in my skincare because I find them gentler, you get less sensitivity, but you get that fantastic brightening of the skin, which is what we're using vitamin C for. I did a video explaining derivatives, which I'll link up there if you want to check that out and understand them a little bit more. But I really like this cream. They do an oil as well. Again, the same form. So this is L-ascorbic acid. So this is pure form vitamin C. This is the derivative form. I choose the derivative because I just find for my skin it works out a little bit better, but you have got the pure form vitamin C if that's your preference. So you get the cream, and then I love the smell of this. It smells lovely. It's all natural, but it smells really nice, and I just find it glides onto the skin beautifully. Apply that to the area. It's hydrating and it's got the vitamin C. So the vitamin C is going to just eat away at that pigment and brighten the skin, but it's also hydrating because you want to keep the skin hydrated after you've done any invasive treatment like this. I rub that in, and then I feel like I'm good to go. But already that feels calmer, it feels smooth, and I don't feel any irritation. I don't feel there's going to be any irritation or downtime. It's certainly not an unpleasant treatment. Finally, you've put your serums, you've put your creams on. All that's left to do is to sterilize your device. Again, use that rubbing alcohol to just keep it fresh and clean, and then store it with the cap. Again, make sure you put the cap on because you don't want any of those bristles becoming damaged, because that's when they could tear the skin. So you need to keep them in tip-top condition. So sterilize it, put the cap back on, and then put it back in its holder. Banish do send everyone with this really nice little carry case, which I find really good. You can just pop your serums, your device, your serums, pop them all in here, and you are good to go. So overall, what do I think to microneedling? Well, I'm a full convert. I think it is a fantastic way of just supercharging your acne, scarring, and hyperpigmentation fighting routine. Banish say that you should wait around 4 weeks to see those first results, but I've been using it 3 times now, so I'm 3 weeks in, and I've already started to see a noticeable improvement in my hyperpigmentation. I definitely find that the serums I'm using seem to just work that little bit better, which is great. The collagen production will take a little bit longer to show, so I'm going to wait another couple of weeks to see that really, the full force of that. But I definitely feel that my serums work better, and the vitamin C's that I'm applying do work really well at eradicating that hyperpigmentation. And I've noticed a significant improvement in the areas of pitted scarring. Now, I always say, I could show a before and after here, but I forgot to take the before picture, so you know what, that's all good. But also, I don't feel that my scarring is that severe. My scarring was just small indents, which I wanted to eradicate, and I feel that after 3 uses, I'm probably about 25% of the way there. So I'm going to keep using this product and then until I get the results I want, and then use it as a maintenance after that. But I'm really, really impressed. The standout performer from this line though, absolute holy grail, is this, which is the Pumpkin Enzyme Mask. I love this. I mentioned this in the unboxing video I did the other day. I love this. Not only does it smell like autumn and loveliness, but it's freshly made, which is fantastic. I'm all about fresh skincare, and the tingle you get from this when you put it on your skin is like, you just know that those AHAs are eating away at all that dead skin cell, and you're going to have that gorgeous, glowing, fresh skin afterwards. Don't use this on the same night you do microneedling, would just be a heads up to me. I thought you could, and it stung. Do not do that. But in between, so say you do this once a week, you're microneedling once a week, and halfway between that week, then just apply this, and honestly, you get such a gorgeous glow the next morning. And I'm really into enzyme exfoliation at the moment. I like, I like my AHAs, I like my BHAs. Enzymes just create an extra level of exfoliation, and I think they're really, really good. So I definitely would recommend that. They also have a really nice fighter gel. This is like an acne fighting treatment. I've been using this as my spot treatment because it's super calming. A lot of the time you see, and we've talked about this on the channel before, a lot of the time you see products being really stripping and harsh. If you've got an active breakout, the last thing you want to do is inflame it, aggravate it, make it redder by using some really harsh, astringent ingredients. This is lovely because it's got aloe vera. I love aloe. I think it's just a fantastic addition to your skincare routine. Calming, hydrating, great. It's got Centella asiatica. This is like the go-to holy grail, like South Korean skincare ingredient. All Korean skincare has that in it, and it is just so calming and soothing. So I'm really impressed that now that's sort of translated to the American skincare brands, so we can get the benefit of that gorgeous ingredient for calming and soothing. I really like this as a blemish treatment. I use it as my spot treatment rather than some of the drying lotions that you see out there that do that. They dry the skin, and I just don't think that's a good way forward of tackling your acne. I absolutely love this. So, drawing to a close, because I don't want this to go on for hours and hours and hours, I would definitely recommend, guys, that you try out microneedling. You know, whether you choose to use the Banish system or you choose to use another microneedling system, I definitely think if you are suffering from a loss of elasticity in the skin or those acne scars and hyperpigmentation, it's a really nice addition to your overall self-care and skincare routine. I was super impressed with the Banish products. You know, I've raved about them now. I raved about them the other week in my unboxing video. I actually just, I think they're a fantastic skincare line. In terms of the results you can expect, microneedling when done at home with a proper device like this isn't exactly the same as what you get in a dermatologist or esthetician's office. They have longer needles, it's more penetrative. I think that's right because of the setting. At home, I don't think it would be appropriate to use something that was medical grade like that. This allows you to get those results over a longer period of time, which is fantastic because it's safe, you're not going to be damaging the skin, and you're going to be seeing those gorgeous benefits. And I honestly, after 3 applications, have already seen those benefits. So I'm a huge fan of that. Avoid the tools with the roller because I talked about how it exits at the wrong angle, a different angle to what it enters the skin, and so I just don't think they're good in terms of how they function. They're easy to use because you're just rolling it over the skin, but I don't think the results are going to be as good, and I think the risk of damage to the skin is far greater than if you use a stamp style tool like this. I could fully recommend this Banish product. If you did want to purchase any of their products, I'll leave a link to their website below, as I always do in these videos, but if you use the code HONEY, all capital letters, you get $5 off when you spend $50. So it's just going to make it that little bit cheaper. Before I go, I will just tell you the prices of these because, a lot of people say, yes, but how expensive is it? Well, the Banish tool itself, the Banisher, as they call it, is $69. So again, a couple of people think, oh, is that quite expensive? I think if you compare that to how much you would spend on a single treatment in a dermatologist or esthetician's office, where microneedling is around the $250 mark, I think this is an absolute steal and a bargain. So again, I think this is it's a really nice tool, and I think whilst there are cheaper roller ones on the market, why would you want that? I just don't think you're getting the same benefit and you're risking damage. So I can fully recommend this. I think it's absolutely beautifully priced for what you're getting for the product. The enzyme mask, which I'm actually going to reorder because I absolutely love this, is that comes in at $39, which again, super affordable when you compare it to some other pumpkin enzyme masks which are out there. I think that's really nice, and that is like my new holy grail. But if you're really interested in microneedling, what I personally would do is I get the set from Banish. So you get gorgeous little tote, who doesn't like that? You get the Banisher which is the microneedling device, and you also get the oil or the cream, vitamin C. So that kind of gives you everything you need. You could do a microneedling treatment, you could then apply your serum to get the brightening, and it's kind of all you need. And that's $99, which I think, again, I think is a really nice price point for sort of like a full kit. You're like all you need for your microneedling. You could of course use their cleansers and things, or you could just use the ones that you're using in your routine already. I'll leave that up to you. But I would really recommend you check them out because they're a fantastic, fantastic company. Once again, thank you to Banish for sponsoring this video, and I'd love to know what your thoughts on microneedling are. Are you going to try any of these products? Have you got your own microneedling tips that you'd like to share? Hopefully, if you follow this advice, you can do it safely in your own home, and let's fight those acne scars together. Take care, guys. Bye.